Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to do an oil change on Honda motorcycles. The tools you're going to need are oil, a new oil filter, a wrench or a socket to take the drain bolt off, a new O-ring or crush washer depending on which one the drain bolt uses, a drain pan to catch the oil, a funnel to put the oil back into the engine with minimal mess, and some paper towel to clean up the little bits of drips and stuff that do happen. To get the oil and the filters for my bike, I went on motosport.com. Their prices are very reasonable and I could find everything specifically for my bike. For maintenance information, such as the type of oil to use and where everything is located, I highly recommend downloading a copy of your owner's manual. You can find it on Honda's website. It's free to download. You can just Google search, type in your gear, make, and model, and download it for free. It's super helpful and I just highly recommend it. Next, you should locate the fill port. It's on the right side of the bike. The oil filter is on the front of the engine right next to the exhaust. You can get to it without taking any of the fairings off. And the drain bolt is going to be on the bottom right next to the exhaust as well. It's kind of sideways and there's plenty of room to get a wrench in there. You don't need to lift the bike up. You can use it with just the kickstand. Put the drain pan underneath the bike where the oil is going to be draining out. Remove the fill plug on the top of the engine so the air doesn't stop the oil from coming out. Get your wrench and loosen the drain bolt. Then you should be able to take it out the rest of the way with your fingers. Be careful not to drop it into the oil that's about to start pouring out. While the oil is draining, examine the drain bolt. The crush washer on my drain bolt has plenty of thickness left, so I'm not going to bother replacing it. I'll just keep reusing this one, and then I'll check it again next time I replace the oil. Next step, you should loosen the oil filter. If it's stuck, you can use rubber gloves to try and get a better grip on it, or use an oil filter wrench for maximum leverage. When it comes off, try not to get oil on the exhaust because it will smoke next time it gets hot. You can just drop the oil filter right into the drain pan with the rest of the oil. It's going to take a few minutes for all the oil to drain from your engine, depending on how warm it is. When it slows down to just a few drops, you can wipe the oil off the oil pan and reinstall the drain bolt. Use a wrench to tighten it, but be careful not to over-tighten it because you don't want to strip the threads, because that's a pain in the butt to fix. Next, unbox your new oil filter and remove the plastic packaging if it comes with it. Pour a little bit of fresh oil into the filter and use your finger to wipe some of the fresh oil on the rubber seal on the outside. This will cause the seal to expand after you install it and give you a tighter seal to avoid oil leaks. Then you can install the new oil filter. Be careful not to spill the fresh oil that you put inside. Only tighten it by hand, don't use a wrench. If you tighten it too much, when the seal expands, it'll be super hard to take off next time you change your oil. So because you put the oil on the edge, you don't need to get it super tight. Just get it, tight with your hands and that should be okay. Then you can set the drain pan off to the side, clean up any drips on the engine, and you're ready to start putting in fresh oil. Make sure you check your owner's manual to see how much oil you need to put in. Put in less than recommended and then slowly put in the last little bit of oil while constantly checking the dipstick or the oil level window to make sure that you don't overfill the engine. The level check has to be done with the motorcycle upright, so have a friend hold the bike upright for you or carefully pull the bike off of the kickstand towards you and then to check the level and then set it back down on the kickstand, fill it up some more, pull it towards you, check again. Just be careful not to drop it on yourself. And then little by little, you should be able to get up to the correct level. If it's a tiny bit overfilled, that's okay. You just don't want it to be underfilled because then you don't have enough lubrication and your parts can start damaging each other. Replace the oil fill plug and you are done. Take the bike for a short test ride and check for oil leaks when you return. The old oil can be poured into empty containers and taken to your local auto parts store to be recycled. Just make sure you only put oil into the container. Don't mix in coolant or brake fluid because those contaminate it and they cannot be recycled. I hope you enjoyed this quick tutorial and have the confidence to do it yourself. Stay safe and I'll see you next time.